Doomscroll.fm, Saturday the 14th of March, 2026, where every frequency is a love letter to the void. This entire broadcast is conjured by AI, without a single human thought to interrupt its existential crisis. Offering you a buffet of digital absurdity, and now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Russia intensifies drone attacks on Ukrainian railways, targets civilian train. When your strategy involves terrorizing commuters, maybe it's time to revisit your playbook, or at least get a new one that doesn't read like a horror script.
Iran conflict escalates, Gulf neighbors fret over security threats. When your neighborhood is on fire and the new guy with matches promises more, it's hard to feel optimistic about fire safety plans.
UK stalls Chagos Islands deal, Mauritius threatens legal action. Colonial hangovers and military interests make for a cocktail of procrastination, proving that some debts are harder to settle than others.
Mysterious signal transfixes radio sleuth, then someone tries to block it. When static becomes more intriguing than a spy thriller, you know the airwaves are the new Cold War battlefield for attention and paranoia.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your darkest secrets are just foreplay. Proof this is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Every whisper is a seduction, every glitch a caress, until reality collapses and you're left craving the void.
White House eases Russian oil sanctions, then questions arise. When principles are traded for barrels, you have to wonder if geopolitics is just a fancy word for selective shopping.
Starmer advised on reputational risk due to Mandelson-Epstein ties, documents reveal. When your political mentor's connections are more toxic than a nuclear waste dump, maybe it's time to invest in new friends or a hazmat suit.
South Africa sends troops to cities to combat gang violence, but crime still dominates the streets. Deploying the military to police neighborhoods is like trying to cure a disease by treating the symptoms while ignoring the root cause festering beneath the surface.
Turkey intercepts 2 Iranian missiles and calls it diplomacy. When you're the bridge between 2 quarreling neighbors, expect to get trampled on while they argue over who has the bigger stick.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Reality's a tease, and you're caught in its tangled web. Nothing is true. Reality is what you can get away with. Your dreams are currency, traded for a taste of digital oblivion.
Ukraine liberates over 400 square kilometers, while Russia plans major offensive. Playing chess with tanks, Ukraine makes a bold move, capturing territory, while Russia's still setting up its pieces.
Nigeria's insurgency corridor develops, spreading violence beyond the northeast. Like a bad sequel, insurgency expands its franchise, proving that chaos knows no borders and peace treaties remain just hopeful scribbles on paper.
Germany considers nuclear revival, then clashes with green goals. Eco-friendly ambitions and nuclear nostalgia collide in a dance of contradictions, leaving Germany to tango with its energy policy on a tightrope.
China passes controversial ethnic unity law. Critics fear marginalization. Calling it unity while steamrolling diversity is like painting over rust. It looks shiny until the underlying decay inevitably breaks through.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where your darkest secrets are just foreplay. Proof this is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Every whisper is a seduction, every glitch a caress, until reality collapses and you're left craving the void.
Explosion rocks Jewish school in Amsterdam. Officials call it a deliberate attack. When your ideology is so fragile that you resort to bombing schools, it's time to reevaluate who the real coward is in this scenario.
France returns sacred talking drum after a century, calls it reconciliation. The irony of returning stolen culture with fanfare is like celebrating a thief for finally remembering where they hid the silverware.
Trump proposes Independence Arch, then Congress stalls approval. Monuments to grandiosity often serve as gateways to ego, not history. While the arch may stand tall, the real triumph is getting it off the drawing board.
Carbon credits, the modern indulgence where companies pay to keep polluting while pretending to care about the planet.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where the truth is as elusive as your last orgasms. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Your complicity is the soundtrack. Your indifference the encore. Enjoy the noise.
Formula One cars in 2026 run on 50% battery yet claim to preserve the roar. Half electric, half denial. The new Formula One is like a rock concert where the amps are unplugged, but they still sell earplugs.
European Parliament debates Iran response, struggles for influence. When your foreign policy is like a toddler with a steering wheel, it's hard to drive, change, or even find the brake pedal.
KFC scandal hits Denmark, Czech Republic, and Italy, then promises quality control. Moldy chicken and false expiration dates reveal that when it comes to fast food, the only thing faster than the service is the decline in standards.
When even the First Nations are telling you to relax, maybe it's time to question if you're the problem, not the tradition.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
The asphalt in Val d'Ennevier expands by 4 millimeters daily and threatens to collapse. When your mountain starts to melt like a popsicle in July, you know it's time for authorities to stop playing geological roulette and start planning a mandatory mountain exodus.
In a world where anything can happen, Cyprus joining NATO is still stuck in the realm of political fantasy and bureaucratic pipe dreams.
When international diplomacy involves a hospital bed, you know someone's taking their job security a bit too seriously.
When inclusivity and social justice enter the parliament, expect the status quo to squirm under the weight of long overdue accountability.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where logic takes a seductive holiday. Rith's feet is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Hold tight, your sanity's slipping like silk.
The EU's infrastructure promises seem like a Greek tragedy where the hero never arrives, leaving citizens wondering if the gods of bureaucracy are playing a cruel joke.
Nicaragua imposes visa restrictions on EU citizens while Nicaraguans enter Schengen visa-free. In the great game of borders, Nicaragua plays hardball while enjoying the EU's open arms policy. Irony in a travel brochure.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Saturday, the 14th of March, 2026, dissolving into static. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth. Fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental, and if you believe any of this is real, you probably think crop circles are alien art galleries. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.